got it from dirt. Baby, we gon' shine. Baby, we gon' shine. It was a long line. I paid my dues, now watch me fly. Mama always told me, yeah, you reaping what you sow. Always had the sauce, I just kept it on the low. Gotta be water, I'm just going with the flow. Let's ride. Right here. Right now. Right here. Right now. I wanna do it right here. Let's go right now. Right here. We'll say it louder. Right
GM. Welcome back, everybody, to Noun O'Clock live at Zero Rights Media. We have got only 30 seconds left on this auction as of right about. Never mind. I lied. We just got another bid. We have plenty of time left. So.
Joy.
Welcome back, everybody, to Noun O'Clock live at Zero Rights Media. We are watching the end of the auction for this gorgeous Game Boy we got yesterday, Noun 1387. Just now, Peter Pan Down was in the lead with that 2.60, and he's back in the lead again, 2.71. Coming in right as I finish saying what's going on, what's happening changes. I feel like that's been my experience a lot in the past 48 hours. Anyway, 2.71 is the bid right now. If you want to watch the end of the auction with
I
us,
don't know if you've looked at Gwei, but
it's a little high.
Yeah.
So I might not be settling today. We might just be seeing what happens. But yes, if you want to watch the end of the auction with us, nounoclock.live, nomo.wtf. While you're there, you can pick up Nomo Noun number 1387, which, unlike mainnet nouns, is on OP, and you don't have to worry about gas. So go check that out. Just 0.00069 ETH. That's 230 USD. 100% of the proceeds go to the Yellow Collective Treasury, which goes to funding artists on chain in the Nouniverse and beyond. Speaking of, that auction also ends pretty shortly in just 2 minutes and 30 seconds. 0.014 coming in from 467D. We'll see if they take it home or if someone else outbids them in the next 2 minutes for this beautiful Maki roll we got yesterday. Well,
pretty close to my FID.
we have got,
467.
yeah. I had an interesting night.
Yeah. Do some gaming or twitching?
No. Bunch of my friends and I.
Twitching.
We did do some twitching. A bunch of my friends and I were being the last band of the Titanic, so a bunch of us were live as TikTok died.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So it is in time. By the time we were not live, everybody else had been banned. So the only people we had in chat were European. And because the shutdown came through at about 10:30 p.m. EST ish.
Well, get a VPN and you can have my Canadian account because I don't have to use it.
But interesting that a lot of people didn't seem to realize, apparently, including some members of government, which is it would be more concerning if I was surprised, but I'm not. They didn't realize that it isn't just a TikTok ban; it's banned on everything ByteDance does, which means nobody in the States has access to CapCut either, unless they have a VPN. And then also, what's it called? Marvel Snap was owned by is published by Nouniverse, which is a subsidiary of ByteDance. So Marvel
So they went
Snap is
after the
down
whole lot.
too. And right, well, it's anything that is owned by ByteDance. And I thought everybody knew this, but apparently people didn't, because even the developers of Marvel Snap were like, we didn't know this was happening.
Right. Wild. Things are
So
gonna get crazier. So
that one's going to be interesting because that's owned by Disney. And like I'm feeling very much like the Thor meme of like, you can't defeat me. No, I know, but he can. with Surtur popping up in the back. That's Hela is the government, Thor is everybody, and then Disney is Surtur. Oh,
sure it'll
'cause
be
I feel like
restored by the 22nd.
maybe
Yep,
we'll
they're
see.
gonna, let the guy seem like he's doing something great for everybody.
Yeah.
I knew there was going to be some kind of false flag thing, but I didn't think it would be stupid.
It's all stupid
I mean, well, yeah.
and
Anyway,
dangerous.
I'm trying not to think about that very hard. And if you're in Chicago, be careful.
It's
Anyway, yeah.
way more than just Chicago.
Ooh. I
Way
just
more than
Chicago's
just
where it
Chicago.
starts.
Yellow.
That's not, yeah, there's way more than that, but
Because they're coming to Denver too. I've seen
oh
stuff.
boy. Great. Oh, and
Yeah.
looks like we got another bid.
Oh my God, that's gorgeous. I'm not on FOMO. Don't worry about it.
Did
It's like the
somebody
perfect
slip in at
igloo.
the last second for the
He's
collective
just front
now?
running yellow.
And the yellow, yeah.
How are you front running yellow?
I didn't.
It's our
It settled and then didn't. But also this noun came up on FOMO in the Discord.
And you said you weren't on FOMO.
I'm not on FOMO.
Then how did you see that noun come up?
My machine screen caps beautiful now. My knowledge.
I see. So it just does it. You just have like
It's just a bold-faced lie.
Yeah. I was gonna try to play
Listen, we
along and
got a
come up
bidding
with some
war on
bullshit
yellow
techno
though
babble.
here.
And the Rockwell Automation retro encabulator, surmounted on a
Hopefully
base
they
braid
go
of
back and forth.
pre-famulated amulite. Yeah. There has been an update to Probe that I am very excited about that I found out about this morning.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Is it
Pipe
active?
messaged me about it. It's well, for one, Dream apparently works and just hasn't been on. It doesn't auto settle nouns, but it has been keeping track of everything that people have made.
Oh, nice.
So we have this whole list of potential requests, which is kind of fun. I love this. And also apparently now you can filter rather by nouns that you settled. So if I scroll down here a little bit,
I'm not settling any of these. These are terrible. There's like 4 nouns on this list that I would.
Settler. Oh, so by wallet.
hey, I like the
by
Doom
X.
Heart. I like the Raven.
I'm
I
gonna
like the
assume that
Cotton
you're
Ball.
like the
The
third.
super clean Cloud and Speech Bubble. I like all of those.
I wish it was an actual.
It's not
thing.
sorted by volume.
Kind of wish Dream was like the actual thing it was supposed to be.
Well, yeah. As does everyone. So
Dream,
I
plural.
can filter by just nouns I've settled, and it just shows nouns that were settled by my wallet.
Yeah.
Which is pretty sick.
Oh, look,
142
safety
of
vest.
them
Add
were
it to your
mine.
Safety
spreadsheet.
vest. Safety vest.
Oh,
Like
yeah, down
that
at the
triple
bottom.
line of pie in Dream.
Yeah. I like the nouns. Fir tree is pretty fun. That dripping mustard is great. Deep fried horse is predictable but still fun. Gator with the record is great.
I'm just gonna build Dreams then. The Shady Raven.
Shady Raven is fantastic. Yeah. Surprisingly, they managed to make the Fabergé egg look good, and I didn't expect it to be with the safety vest, but here we are.
All right, with the noggles, yeah.
Yeah.
The blendy body, but warm background, that's a poor choice.
Semiotek is critiquing the nouns like he's
I am, yeah.
Sotheby's.
Come on, come at me. Come at me, yo. I've got a phone full of nouns that I built on the nouns app on iOS.
Add them to this. I don't know how, but do it.
Can't, because it's got they have the unique whatever 6 or 9 choice backgrounds. None of which are warm or cold. Maybe we have a top bid here because we got 30 seconds left.
Maybe.
That's a cool feature though. Like,
Meh.
Greasy banana with hip rose. I wonder who built that.
Nope, there it is. 2.83 coming in from 25C9.
Extended. True. And yellow is 30 seconds. And not. We're just gonna go back and forth here
And Kyle Patrick is
on the
in the
minimums.
running. I don't mind it.
No. It's only two more nouns till we get 3.
Ooh, that's exciting.
favorite
Wait,
kind
that
of
means
day.
it's gonna match up, right?
Pretty close.
Yeah. No, it is.
Yeah, it'll match up again.
It's gonna match
We're on
up again.
seven- we're on
So
sevens today.
in 3 days, both 7s today. Yeah, so in 3 days we're gonna have a day where we mint 6 nouns if you count the Nomo.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna have the nounder noun. We're gonna have the auction noun. We're gonna have the Nomo noun. We're gonna have the clownder noun. I hate that you have infected my lexicon with that word.
Yeah. You know.
We have the collective nounder noun. And then we're gonna have the prize wallet noun, and we're gonna have the auction yellow collective noun. 6 nouns. It's gonna be so many nouns. Well, while we've got 3 minutes and 20 seconds left on the auction, might as well take a look at some of the other stuff going on chain. Token buyer prop ends in 24 hours, currently sitting at 71 to 5. It does need 88 to pass, so hopefully that happens. We see something definitive one way or another. Breathwork Lab and DeSci Fellowship off to a rough start, 1 to 8, but it doesn't end for another 45 hours. I think a lot of people are hesitating on voting on this because it's, it is a somewhat dense proposal. So, gonna take, people are probably setting aside time to read it and then not getting to it because I know that's the boat I'm in. I've skimmed it, but I haven't given it really the in-depth read that it deserves. So I need to do that. I am part of the problem. Bix for do note compliance reserved admin 1 to 13. The overwhelming feedback on this so far seems to be, not against this
Cart
in
before the
theory,
horse.
but this is
Yes.
a little bit early.
4156 gave off that impression too in the Noun call. That there's a order of operations that should happen.
You have to follow PEMDAS.
Yeah.
And the only other thing is starting in 1 hour is the Nouns FE More Than Pixels prop. Obviously, I'm in favor of this, but my name's on it. So, in my humble opinion, this is far stronger than the last proposal. And also, there's been some really good vote with reasons. I don't know if people have seen this, or signals, rather. Zero-weight signals from people in and around the esports orbit, including Lasagna, who was bidding on a noun recently. So it looks like they're getting some very real conversion into actual
Must be
buyers.
Tyler's gamer alter ego,
Right.
Mr. Lasagna.
It isn't, but I do want to introduce the two of them to each other. I feel like they would either get along famously, or we'd have a Highlander situation where they'd be like, there can be only one. And honestly, either way, I
Either
think
way
it
would
would
be
be funny.
entertainment.
Because if it's the latter, I actually kind of hope it's the latter, because then we could put them in a game that neither of them have
Lasagna
played
off.
before. I could put them in the arena on Nouncraft.
Is there like a super
Fight
old
to the
Garfield
death.
game we could put them into?
I could put
Yeah.
Garfield in Minecraft. I have lasagna already. I modded lasagna into the game.
Oh, beautiful.
9:30 seconds.
All right, we're back to the 30-second
Nope.
timer. Never
Oh my God.
We're back to the
mind.
5-minute timer.
Wild.
Every time I think we're about to be released.
Hey, I'm not mad.
This-
I get to sleep a little bit longer.
Yeah.
I can sleep a little
But
bit.
I need to say, can I say this at this time?
I don't know.
You can never be released.
We're being released
It is
in
24.
in 46 days. No,
You are a
56
little
days.
crackly. You can release yourself and rejoin.
Are you sure?
Who?
Maybe
Oh,
a
me.
noun or two.
Could be that Toadie's voice changer there destroyed my AirPods.
It's very possible. There was that one echo
No, it's
that
me.
was bad.
It's you.
Wait, can you guys hear me? How about not echoing too much?
Yeah, no, we can hear
Can
you.
you hear me?
It's
Let me
RFG's
just
mic that was
unpause.
like crackling.
It's crackling.
Oh no, RFG
Let me get
was.
off and come on.
No, you're fine.
Yeah. What do we have today? Oh, jeez. Yesterday's noun.
It's a beautiful Game Boy. Sitting at just under
That's a
3 right
nice
now.
Game Boy.
It is a beautiful Game Boy.
Yes, and
I'm crackling worse now.
it has a grenade Game Boy.
Isn't that a chameleon technically? I think it's a. That's what it's
Chameleon.
called. Yeah, but we've all called it a grenade for so long.
Wait,
With the
are you
pen
saying this is a
missing.
chameleon?
Yes.
Yeah,
Not
the
communion,
shirt.
but chameleon.
Chameleon or communion?
Chameleon.
Chameleon, like the reptile.
Chameleon. Okay. Okay, that's American.
Not very
Yeah.
many chameleons in America, actually.
No, probably just
Really?
only pets. People have them as.
I doubt that.
Can't you see it's
Highly
licking
doubt
its
that.
own eyeball?
What?
Wait, where am I? Is this Nouns Camp?
I don't know. Where are you?
I'm on
Nounclock.live?
It could be
Nouns.camp.
wherever.
Noun
Any front end
O'Clock.
will
You
do.
are on the Noun Square.
Yeah, well, you're on Noun O'Clock Live on Zero Rights Media. The Noun Square doesn't exist at the moment. Also, Semiotalk, were you just talking about chameleons licking their eyes?
Yes, I was.
They don't do that.
They do in the
That's-
cartoons.
But then the cartoons are wrong. Their tongues can't reach into their eye sockets.
Cartoons are very realistic.
Yes.
They'd
I mean,
be.
you
Do
seen
you
Ed,
know
Ed, and
how a
Eddie?
chameleon tongue works? They'd be like shooting themselves in the face.
Yes. And it's sticky.
Yeah, it'd be
But
awful.
neutral. There's a good chip. I got nothing better to do than watch FOMO. Now you're completely silent.
Yeah,
He's looking up
Look
videos
at-
to see if chameleons really lick their eyes or not.
I'm looking to see if there's any species that do it. Because of everyone, like, I know the
yeah.
Jackson chameleons don't, but there might be some that do that I just don't know about.
I think they all do. Some. Do you know that some chameleons can even change color? They can change their color to yellow.
That's all they do.
That's what chameleons are known for, is changing color.
That's crazy. Imagine you could change your color in your skin. You can't, can you?
I can.
Symbio, I think you're thinking of geckos.
Yeah,
There
you're
you go.
thinking of or any other lizard, and only lizards do
Yeah.
the same thing.
Sure.
On the lizards?
Oh, I miss anole lizards. Brett, did you ever do that thing where you'd like pick
Put
them
them
up?
on your ear.
Yeah.
Yep,
You get the lizard for today.
lizard earring.
Here
All
we
right.
go.
Are we going to get it? Is 24B5 gonna take home this Game Boy?
Looks like it.
Yeah, you said that the last 4 times, so, forgive me if
Yeah,
I wait
well.
with bated breath anyway.
I think it's accurate.
All right, this time I agree with you.
Guesses.
And now, you know what time it is. It is.
Ooh, damn, settle that one.
You know the drill if you've been here before, but just in case you haven't, give it a thumbs up if you like it, a thumbs down if you don't. If we get enough thumbs ups on a noun in the first 2 seconds or so, that's going to be the noun that is on auction for the next 24 hours, assuming I can settle, which I haven't opened the settle window yet, and it's entirely possible I will not be able to, given what the way has actually gone up since I said it might not be possible, and fuck that.
Well, I'm hoping it's people selling and buying ETH.
I can't even connect to FOMO today.
Yeah, I had an issue.
We
I've
might
had a
be here
problem
for
before
quite a
until today.
while because I can't settle this. This is gonna cost $130 USD to settle. I'm not doing
Sick.
that. I'm not doing that.
Well, if we get an ETH wave, I think we should settle it regardless and try and guilt Vitalik into switching his milady into noun.
How would we settle it regardless? I cannot.
I gotcha.
Oh, good. Okay. Well,
If that particular noun comes up.
if the ETH wave comes up, all right.
Didn't we already have an ETH wave though?
I think we do. Yeah. Pretty sure.
I think it's even like all blue.
That one
Hey,
should
easy
go
way
to
find
Jesse
out.
first. Pretty nice cassette.
I have that song stuck in my head that was
Yeah,
the TikTok
821.
outro song.
Is it ETH
821, is
wave?
that it?
Yeah.
Is it on a cool background?
Cool background, blue shirt, black glasses.
Mm. Need the honey noggles like the gold ones that Corella put on his noggin.
I remember that.
As close
That's
as it
funny.
comes, yeah.
Ah,
We could just sit here and pray for a safety vest or some French fries or something.
we're still looking for an orca with French fries.
Ah. In 3 nouns then.
Who do sarcastic suggestions become reality?
Reality.
Anyway. That reminds me, I still need to record so much stuff. Oh my god, I have so much work to do.
Oh my god, that's a good one.
We are debuting the Noun Square on February 3rd. I am debuting my VTuber model on February 7th. I have so much to do this next 2 weeks. Also, can you believe that it is only going to be 2 weeks until we start the new show?
No?
Like, times have changed. Does anybody know what that's from? I feel like people don't know what that's from, and that makes me sad. And we
There's a lot
often
of
rewound
reference
the
you put
clock.
out there
Yeah.
that
Since the
we
Puritans
smile
got
and
a
nod.
shock when they landed on Plymouth Rock. If today any shock they should
Ooh.
try to stem, instead of landing on Plymouth Rock would land on them. In olden days, a glimpse of stocking was looked on as something shocking, but now God
I figured
knows.
out the wallet issue. You need to be on ETH mainnet before you
Yes.
try to connect. Because if you
Yeah.
try to connect while you're on base, it's just not going to even show up.
Yeah. It hates L2s.
It did, like,
Yeah.
it wasn't even populating for me to have a choice to connect.
That was my previous problem, but I still can't get on Nomo because it doesn't recognize the extension wallet. I have to go on my phone now to access Nomo.
That's weird because I sign in through,
Probably
well,
just have to clear my cache, but I don't really want to.
yeah. I sign in with MetaMask on FOMO and then sign in through Rainbow for
Ooh.
Nomo, and it all works out fine.
That'd be a good yellow now.
You have a yellow background? It's almost the one that you saw.
Hey! I don't know why I'm voting yes on this. It's not like I can do anything about it.
I think Davin thought he was having issues. He wasn't having issues.
No, he just had to leave.
Got a class to teach.
Ah. Oh, I like this one.
Would
There's
you give it
something
a
about
thumbs up?
I did. There's something about the thumbs up now that just feels happy, you know?
Mm-hmm.
We have a, oh, whenever it gets added, there's a pinched finger emoji. Head.
Yes. Yeah, the collection that shall not be talked about until it's live.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Ooh,
When talk
that
about it.
PGB.
I don't know, ask
I
Cody
don't.
and Ben.
Yeah, we've been pushing.
I've been asking like every week. I think Ben's annoyed with me at this point.
I mean, yeah, but is that because you've been asking every week, or is that just because of like who you are as a person?
Probably
Both.
both.
Little column A, little column B.
That it's a big middle section of the Venn diagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a Venn diagram's a stack of pancakes. That's
Yes.
It overlaps and almost looks like a sphere.
well, anyway. Oh,
Hey, look, it's lizard licking its own eye.
that's not a thing.
I mean,
I don't believe you. I think you made it up. Oh, I like this blood moon.
it's
They say it's only a paper moon. Why am I in such a singy
rare
mood today?
because it's rainy in Portugal, which probably means it's raining in Spain on the plains. Oh, let's do it.
No, nobody settle the Sasquatch. We can only
Shady.
can only be one.
There can only be one
We
Sasquatch.
should secretly do it as a noun or noun. That would be funny.
No, it wouldn't be funny. We would have two Sasquatches then. We need to only have the one, and we need to remove the trait from the collection. Apparently, it's rainy in Italy.
Yeah, probably most of the coast of.
Snowing here again. -4. Is that like
Oh, look, an ice cream sundae.
minus 20 something Celsius?
Gross. I think it might be snowing here as well. I don't know. I woke up and walked straight to my office. I haven't actually looked outside. definitely was snowing here earlier. Hang on, let me go check.
Sushi. Sushi was one of the first traits I ever collected in ours.
Oh, that's a pretty nice goat.
I really like the goat too. I think it's the
Okay.
best like full body head.
I wish I had not checked. Oh my god, I love the Robo Goat. I'm so sad.
Snowed there too.
No, it's worse.
I don't
Looks
know
like
what's worse than snow.
it is foggy to an obscene degree. Looks like goddamn Silent Hill. I live on a hill, and normally I can see, there's trees in front of me, but with my eyes I can usually see pretty much to a hill pretty far away. I can usually see, like, if there are lights on in the window about 3 miles. Right now I cannot see the trees that would normally be slightly blocking my view. If I could throw a rock and hit them, but I can't see them. That's how low the visibility is. Which is terrifying. I think I'm gonna go for a run.
Nice. I'm gonna go for a pizza. What's with all the sunnies here? We're all talking about shitty weather and you get nothing but sunglasses on there.
Being optimistic.
Well, we got
Yeah.
the
People still
noggles, the honey noggles.
still telling me $110 to settle.
Crazy. Where's the winner when you want them?
That's a pretty good plug.
Guess
You
that's
just reminded me of
66.
there was that there's that comic of like different philosophers and what kind in the rain and what their reaction was, and it's like skeptic is like, who can prove it's truly raining, and then peripatetic, which is what I think you were talking about, is what a perfect day for a stroll. And cynic is like, only a fool carries an umbrella. Eclectic is like, I'm open to the idea of hats, I think is what they had. And then stoic is, alas, I cannot change the weather. And then Epicurean, which is the one that resonates with me the most, is jumping around going, puddles! Anyway. There's
Can
the
someone
free
call
space
Ben
for
and
you.
wake him up? Tell him to turn FOMO on.
Huh?
Yeah.
So call Ben and wake him up. Tell him to turn FOMO on.
Can Ben even do that?
I don't know. He's got
Maybe.
access to the repo now.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of Australians and burros.
And burro. Yeah. Ooh, I like the ETH croc. Damn it, I have Paper Moon stuck in my head now. And have done since that Blood Moon, but oh, come on. This is a good noun.
Denied.
Yeah. Y'all know that tune, Paper Moon?
Yeah.
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 You were just singing it.
I was. I didn't know that was out loud. How do you like... Okay, this is gonna be me being weird, but I promise it's a genuine question. How do you tell when the music is coming from outside of you? Like how do you tell, like, when you're singing, if you're singing in your head or if you're singing out loud?
Usually my mouth is moving.
And that's different to normal?
What are you talking about? If I'm
Well,
singing in my
my
head,
mouth
my
is.
mouth doesn't move.
Oh, we're very different people. When I sing in my head, my mouth still moves.
I would say my mouth moves too.
Yeah. But like how can you cuz like for me, if I'm singing in my head, it sounds like I'm hearing it. So I can't I don't know what it's like to like sing in your head and be able to tell the difference between that and reality. You feel the air coming out? Okay, that would explain why I don't notice it because I don't have a sense of touch.
Oh my god.
Or if she just expels so much hot air she can't tell the difference.
I
Your diaphragm's moving? I don't know.
but how I don't know. My senses are so screwy that like I don't notice things like that unless I'm like looking for them, right? Like it's different if I'm like consciously like looking for it. But I don't but like if I'm just like passively doing it, I can't tell the difference unless I'm looking for like the physical changes, like I put my hand to my diaphragm and feel it move. I don't really notice the difference.
That's a
Oh, that
beautiful
snake is
snake.
so fucking good. But gas is $120.
And slithered away.
You feel breathless, or at least you need to breathe more, says Nutnose in the YouTube chat. That's not
Yeah,
a.
you should talk to Breath Guy about it.
I'm trained. That's not a thing for me. I only need to breathe more if I'm doing like, Nessun Dorma or something where it takes a lot of or something that's, a lot breathier, like, empty chairs or something. Yeah. Doing the bit at the end where he just holds it out for God knows how long. The oh my friends don't ask me, where he just holds it out for forever. But otherwise, I don't notice it.
Oh, beautiful mushroom.
It's so good.
All right, gas is down to 100, and I'm heavily considering hitting the button.
Don't do
Never
it.
mind, it's back up to 120. I lied.
I
A quick 0.01 bounce.
I wish I knew what the hell was going on.
Let's
People
see.
rolling profit into ETH, hopefully.
It's up to 71.
Looked at my wallet, so let's see what's going on.
Yeah, Uniswap is taking all the gas right now.
Ooh, Enlo's back up 30%. It's gotta be people buying the bottom of stuff they believe in.
What's back
Yeah,
up?
it's like a bunch of aggregators and swap routers that are taking all the gas.
Yeah. Just a coin. It's attached to the on-chain Gaias and an AI offering. Just
Gross.
happened to have some of it because I hold a bunch of the art. 2 worlds in a row.
Coinbase Deposit has used almost 10 ETH in fees in the last 3 hours.
Holy shit.
Yeah. There you go.
35 ETH in the last 24 hours in fees.
Have you looked at that coin? I haven't
No.
seen.
Jared from Subway is number 6 on top gas vendor too.
I'm sorry. What?
It's like I'm pretty sure it's a bot. It's just the name that they use. I'm pretty sure
Why
it's a
would
bot
they?
that's like auto trade stuff, and
Oh, what the?
And
it's like incredibly successful.
people voluntarily bought a coin named after a pedophile. I shouldn't be
No, 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 no,
surprised.
no. It's the name that the person uses. It's like an individual.
Oh,
They've used 90 ETH in fees in the last 24 hours.
Well,
But it's like
in
all
other
auto swap
decentralized news
everything,
that's
and
been exciting me, there's already a TikTok replacement in the works on AT Proto,
I'm
which
sure
is very
people have been
exciting.
cooking on it for months leading up
Oh
to it.
no,
There's
this
gonna
one
be a
started in
handful of
2
them.
days. It started 48 hours or 72 hours ago now. And it's very exciting.
Like I saw that fucking Instagram changed the layout on profiles. Like they're not square images anymore. If you go to people's profiles, they're rectangles, which completely fucked everybody's stuff. Like my artwork is cropped terribly now. If you look at my profile on Instagram, it's because he wants Reels to take over in place of TikTok, and so
On a
he
related
just
note,
auto
I
cropped
I
everything.
I deleted my Instagram account yesterday.
And so like, you know, we've all been trained as digital artists to like make square images now because that's how everything is displayed is square images. And you go to Instagram and like half of my drawings are cut off because of, they just got auto cropped and you can't do anything about it. Like people's photography is all messed up, and like I've seen a ton of social media artists up in arms about Instagram right now too.
Oh, and the marketers too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
They were super pissed.
yeah.
It's like you don't even give them any. Oh my God, are those watermelon? I need that now.
Well, you should have
It's
settled it
gone.
then.
No, I'll get it. I'll get it. I got a pencil too, you know.
Um oh, but yeah, that's what the thing that I was talking about is Skylight Social. They just started building a couple days ago, and they're working on a the reason this is interesting to me isn't because it's a TikTok replacement. Everybody's building those, but that because it's specifically one on AT protocol. For anybody who doesn't know about AT Proto, it is what Blue Sky is built on. And yeah, they're basically the way that they've set it up and the way that they're telling people about it, even though they just started building it, is like the way we are building this. It is going to just take your whatever you post on Blue Sky, so you don't have to do anything special. There's no, special login or anything like that. Like it's essentially just going to be a front end.
Oh, it's
But
yeah.
it's a video centric one, and so the more videos you're posting on Blue Sky, the more content they're going to have right off the bat as soon as the app launches. And there you are making it so that they've already posted like all of the aspect ratios and everything that they're planning on using, so that they're like, hey, if you want to post videos that are like this, then they will just work as soon as we launch the app, which is really cool.
So
So Monkey, I see you. You can talk. You don't have to. You're one of a handful of people who I know knows about this. You can just talk.
About the feature that I can talk. Is that a well kept secret? That you can talk? No.
feel free to
No,
He's,
that's
unmute.
he's
like
on stage reacting with emojis, and I'm like, you could just unmute. Like, it's not like we don't know you. Like, just
no. Yeah. Thank you for the good news. That is good news. So that
yeah,
is
Skylight
wonderful.
Social. It's sick as hell.
Is that so that's different from the that was also recently, at least I heard about it recently, like the Instagram thing for Blue Sky. I think
The
that's
Instagram.
different,
So
right?
I don't know about an Instagram thing for Blue Sky. I'm sure there is one. The Instagram replacement I've been using, is PixelFed, which is
Interesting.
on the Fediverse Mastodon thing.
Oh, by the way, I wanted there's a question. So is the protocol actually called the Fediverse of like Mastodon is built on, or is Fediverse just the concept, the general idea, like the metaverse, or is it the actual technical term of the protocol?
It is not the technical term of the protocol.
Okay,
It
yeah.
is just the I think the protocol is ActivityPub.
Oh, that's right. Yes, thank you for
Yeah,
reminding me. Yeah, I was
yeah.
trying. Yes, thank
ActivityPub
you.
is where what Mastodon and everything is on, but they're in much the same way that there's like, the metaverse or whatever. This is the Fediverse is the and it's specifically open source software. It has to be free, it has to be open source, and connect between ActivityPub servers. But the thing is, it's not just ActivityPub, because that's the reason they call it the Fediverse, is because unlike like the Blue Sky ecosystem where it is all about AT Proto, the Fediverse, Mastodon was not always on ActivityPub. There was also like Diaspora, and I think before that there was like OStatus. So those are still within the Fediverse. They just don't support ActivityPub yet because they haven't been updated yet.
Interesting. That is
Or maybe
very,
they're
very
not
interesting.
going to. But yeah, so
That is-
the Fediverse has been
wow.
around for longer than ActivityPub has, but in the modern vernacular, it describes everything that's linked together using the ActivityPub protocol.
That's amazing. Okay, so there were accounts that were made in the
I never sounded
Fediverse.
like this before a few weeks ago, and then I started hanging out with Ben West a bunch, and now I'm just...
Ooh, are you? He is. Yeah. Okay. Very cool. Yeah. I don't even know what he's like. He's doing a bunch of cool things as always, and been early on Blue Sky, I guess, again, and I
Yeah,
guess learning from the social media successes of his mom or something. But,
he's
but
yeah, he's awesome.
yeah, no,
Doing
he
a
is
lot
definitely
with
awesome.
OPSEC these days, and I am
Okay,
following him around.
with OPSEC,
What's...
meaning operational security or something else.
Yeah. Well, because
Okay,
it's getting to be more and more important. Um, so we'll see.
okay, sure. Security is good. Yeah, interesting. So that means that there were accounts that were created in the Fediverse on Mastodon that were originally not on ActivityPub, but then were ported over without the users
Mm-hmm.
needing to do anything.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay,
Now
you're
that's
just
and that's why
spraying hope all around today. Wow.
yeah, and
So
it's
that
and
means
there's
that
other
wow.
services that are doing the same sort of deal. Like, do you know about PeerTube?
Not really. I don't think.
It's PeerTube is basically decentralized YouTube. And it's the same kind of deal.
Makes sense.
Where that is in the Fediverse, but I don't think it is. I think it integrates with ActivityPub, but I don't think it itself runs on it.
Okay, complicated, but at least more hopeful than no interoperability in interoperable systems. So that's
Yeah,
something.
the thing was that I think the problem that they ran into was that they basically just couldn't get it to work with ActivityPub the way they wanted it to. So they went, okay, we're going to build it as its own thing. So it's not decentralized, but it is open source and free. And then they just integrated it with ActivityPub. So like there's different levels of integration. The multimedia apps are kind of like that, where some of them are kind of only half there. The networking apps like Mastodon, Mistkey, Frantica, like all of these ones that people use, those are all on like fully on ActivityPub. I think Bookworm is on ActivityPub fully too. Yeah.
Is that like a Goodreads thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Essentially.
Cool. Yeah.
It's a mixture of like Goodreads and like Kindle, where like you can just
Right.
upload
Okay.
EPUB files to it.
Okay. Interesting. Back to Napster.
Well, no, it's they're like self-published, like they have people that are going through and making sure that it's not like pirated material.
Okay.
Yeah. But
okay.
and
So
in other cases it's like a library where like authors are going like, hey, if you can't afford to buy the book, you can borrow it from here. And it just you just get a file that locks after a month or something.
well, that's cool.
Which obviously there are easy ways around that, but most people aren't going to bother with that.
Yeah, not just that.
I am of the firm. I wouldn't even call it a belief. I am of the firm opinion that piracy is never an issue of people. Piracy is always an issue of access. And so as long as you have a way to make things accessible to people at a level that they can deal with, they will accept it, and they'll um, they'll buy it, and so that's sort of the thesis of Bookworm. In some ways, I know a lot of the work that people publish on there is donation based, or like pay what you want. It's the same with itch.io. Like the huge chunk of the games that you can get on itch.io, not even tabletop games, video games, that you can get on itch.io, are pay what you want, even though they are a set price on Steam. So you essentially pay a premium to get them on Steam, both because Steam takes a bigger platform fee, and also because they don't have that pay what you want feature. I think about these things a
Yeah.
lot.
I mean, it is super interesting, and like there have been some experiments with pay what you want that to some extent have worked. Of course, it's less predictable. I mean, I guess you could look at statistics from like tests and experiments in the past in terms of predictability. Yeah, but it's super interesting. I was just talking with a friend about like kind of economic futures and late stages of capitalism and all that fun stuff, and coming from recent frustrations of his. And like, yeah, so many like new experiments are interesting, but then like, what does it actually like? Does it work? And like, how does it work? And what? And or is it all? And like, he actually just like finished his PhD in actually in crypto commons, but like in political science. And so, but anyhow, like the like so coming from a like economic political science perspective, um, and we were talking about like how like value and speculation and how much like is of the value or like quote unquote value creation or is coming from speculation and how much is coming from production and all that, and like with things like pay what you want, that's kind of outside the system and kind of interesting,
Yeah,
but like
it's
how much
what
is
I
it?
have for everything that I've published in tabletop games. Literally
And
100% of it,
have
because
you
I've done a lot of stuff that's like supplemental to gaming. Like I've published a bunch of background music for people to use. Um, I've done a bunch of like stat blocks for D&D and other games. And all of it is pay what you want. And it doesn't make a lot because it's a niche industry, but I still, for a hobby that I threw together for fun and I just put out there, I posted the full stat blocks on Twitter when I wrote them, right? Like they were not need nobody needed to pay anything. Pay what you want includes paying zero. Um and the vast majority of people do pay zero for it because they don't have the means, but people who do have the means and appreciate the work that I've done, I've had people who paid zero for a thing, used it in their game, and then like messaged me on Twitter being like, "Hey, do you have like a Ko-fi, or like can we pay you for this thing? Because we didn't pay it when we bought it. Now it isn't letting us." And so I have that linked on it too, where it's like, pay what you want after you use it. and I make a solid like $300 a month just from
That's
people
awesome.
yeah. And it's
Congrats.
basically tips, right? I did the same thing when I was doing Minecraft mods. you know, a surprising number of people, especially if what you do is popular, but even if what you do isn't, a surprising number of people, if you are creating something that is worthwhile, will pay you for it even if you don't ask. And I really like that because, it goes with the CC0 ethos as well, because everything I make pretty much is CCO. And so I'm just like, hey, I'm putting this out there. You can do whatever you want with it. If you want to pay me, cool. This is how you do that. If you don't, that's fine too. Have fun.
So
I
of
made
the
this
people
because I
that
wanted to make it.
message, and of the people who messaged you, how many of those did interact with you before, or like how many like have you had conversations with before, or did you
Like,
know
how many did
before?
I already know before then?
Of the ones that ended up paying.
Maybe 2. The vast majority were strangers.
Wow. Wow. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. And like, if the vast majority were either strangers or like people I had seen around but never really interacted with. Some of them became friends after that, but most of them were just like, ships in the night. Then they happened to like my stuff.
And how did they discover your stuff?
Um, well, this was when I was really heavy into tabletop games. So I was putting stuff out like twice a week. Um, not because I was, making it a regimen, but just because I had a lot of ideas that I had to get out of my skull. Um, and by the way, the Gwei is down to like $89, which means we might actually be able to settle something imminently. I know saying that it's going to jump back up to like 130 again, and I'm going to be priced out of settling a fucking noun. But anyway,
Press it now. Press it now. Press it now.
should I have?
Press the
It
button
was,
and it's not gone.
but yeah, but it wasn't a good looking noun. We were looking for a good noun. But anyway,
Okay.
no, the
Tragedy of the theorem, waiting for the good and letting everything
yeah,
else pass. And the good
but
never comes, and when it comes, it's not good anymore.
when
The
it comes,
tragedy of
it's
the
too
theorem.
expensive. But
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, so
Always things
I was
to.
putting a bunch of stuff out there, and I was also doing a lot of like tabletop actual plays. So I never got to like, micro celebrity status. Like I was never on like Dimension 20 or Critical Role or anything. But I did play in a lot of games with the people who were on those shows. So like my circle was small, but everyone in my circle was like a game designer or a well-known player. And as a result of that, I was like in the orbit of micro celebrity without having to actually deal with any of the issues with it, which is, in my opinion, the ideal place to be when it comes to making a living on social media. um so yeah, that's sort of where I was there, and that's how people found me, is like, you know, I never really advertised, but the handful of people that I, and these are just like, they're friends. They're not like, they a lot of my friends got to be popular after we became friends. And then they would promo my work without even telling me. And I would suddenly see, like 50 purchases overnight, and I'd be like, what happened here? And then be like, oh yeah, we use that on our show that goes out to, 3,000 people. And I was like, oh, okay, no wonder. Like a tiny percentage of that audience bought it. And, the vast majority of them, should I have settled this? It's a weird bear. The vast majority of people were just downloading it for free, but a tiny percentage were like, yeah, we'll pay for this. And then a good chunk of the rest came back later and were like, hey, we want to pay you for your work. So yeah, most of them were like that, were people I didn't know. Bomb down! Oh, we lost Civil Monkey. I, I ranted for too long.
Back to the lecture at hand.
That's the lecture. I am lecturing
Well,
nobody.
I mean, going off of what you're talking
Do
about,
it.
I've experienced stuff like that, like in the art world too. Like I've done plenty of free like characters in people's businesses or do logos for them, and then they rehire me for something else, or they're like, hey, we want to pay you to do t-shirts with this stuff, or can you do this other thing? Like just, the simple act of doing art to do art because you love to do art, it you get reciprocated sometimes, and it's cool to see that they're like, hey, thanks for doing this for free, but can we also like pay you?
I think there is a base human desire to be like a Renaissance painter's patron. where you're like, yeah, I can't paint, but I can pay that guy to paint whatever I want. There's something appealing about that, or the people who were funding, Da Vinci and everything like that, and just being like, go, you strange muscular homosexual, go and do whatever it is you do. The number of times I've heard those exact words. Moonwave. I hope we don't get one of those so that gas stays low. Ish. Still not low.
So close.
Kind of a good noun. Moon controls the tides.
No,
Yeah.
not according to Neil deGrasse. So we just rotated into a tidal bubble.
Explain.
The rotation of the Earth, we're rotating into bulges of water, and that tides don't actually rise and fall. The Earth is just rotating into higher
Oh,
waters.
well, yeah. Yeah, oceans are basically just mountains.
Yeah. Tell that to me on the beach getting buried by a wave. It's like, doesn't feel like a rotation to me.
Waves are not the same. You're thinking
Not waves
too
and tides,
locally.
okay.
Yeah, you're thinking
I'm
too
with
locally.
you.
Well, no, and I can tell you the difference. Take a ping pong ball.
I only have
It's a
so
funny
many free
place to start.
spaces, RFG.
Huh?
I only have so many free spaces.
Yeah, it's not. Now we get the corners. I
Fine,
want
now
an
shut up!
X.
Everyone hates me.
Under the O.
It's the waves are texture, tides are. I'm settling this.
Which?
The
Oh,
the,
yeah.
the mustard, the dripping mustard. I hit the button. I hope it goes through. We got it. Okay.
Base in yellow.
It's a good looking noun. It costs way too much money, but that's okay. And we're gonna
close to
be
that.
waiting quite a while for
No
Nomo.
chance Nomo's gonna work. Oh wow.
Oh my
What?
god!
Holy Jesus.
That loaded
So
so
where's
much
that
faster
weed
than
head?
ever.
All right, well, welcome to Nomo Nouns. If you're not there already, nounoclock.live,
That was quick.
nomo.wtf. I can't understand why you would have left. You're going to see all of these nouns arrayed before you. You're going to pick your absolute favorite from among them. Spam clicking with all your might every 10 seconds. Half of them are eliminated until we're left with just one. That's going to be the Nomo Noun of the day. Scroll all the way down to the bottom and work your way up, because they are eliminated from the bottom up if we don't have enough clicks, and there's no way we're going to get enough clicks on this. So we're going to be playing the feud in 10 seconds. Find your favorites. I really like that ketchup noun.
Ketchup and mustard together.
I can't even like
Look at that pumpkin.
process all of these at the moment.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Where's that mushroom?
Which mushroom? Oh, it's in the top half. All right. I managed to save the ketchup. And the mushroom is it's right there. I'm saving it for you.
Yeah. Yellow void. That's not good.
Okay. I'm saving the thumbs up because it's beautiful. Finally, down to a measurable level. Saving the blood moon. It's only a paper moon. God damn it. Get out of my head. Okay. Looks like it might come down to snake and mushroom versus ketchup. I think we're gonna see these last 4 on the right as the final round, or the second to last round, rather. Oh, Greasy Onion coming in from behind, killing the snake.
Final round. Weed versus ketchup. Who will win? Who will lose? 3, 2, 1, fight!
Damn it.
Ketchup wins. Fatality.
We got a ketchup noun. We got ketchup and mustard for the auction noun and the Nomo noun. If you want to pick up this Nomo noun, you can do so for the next 23 hours and 56 minutes for just 0.00069 ETH. That is $2.33 USD. 100% of the proceeds go to that yellow collective treasury, which goes to funding artists on chain in the Nouniverse and beyond. Somebody has already settled the yellow collective noun as well. They should have. And collective noun number 468 is a gunk minty studio mic. So if you want to bid on this yellow collective noun, you can do so for the next 23 hours and 26 minutes. Collective noun number 468, this studio microphone, my favorite trade in the collection over my least favorite body. So if you want to bid on this, yellowcollective.xyz. As I mentioned earlier, the Yellow Collective is an on-chain club devoted entirely to funding artists in the Nouniverse and beyond. And we've got that EP that is coming out, as well as next week, starting Monday, starting tomorrow. We have got a whole week of celebrations for the first Yellowversary. The Yellow Collective is officially 1 year old. So to celebrate, we've got a whole bunch of stuff, including art contests with prizes totaling $3,000 USD. A whole bunch of other stuff that we're going to be launching, and go check it all out on Warpcast in the Yellow channel. It's literally just /Yellow. It's very hard to miss. Otherwise, just scroll down on this page and you'll see everything you need. And also over on Warpcast, there's a fun little anniversary mint on the Yellow channel. I think that's still up. Yeah, it is. So go check this out. Toady put this together. It features a whole bunch of people, and it's really cool. So mint that on base or on Zora, or on base and on Zora. Other than that,
the Nomo, is there for the mint button? Are there any tips and tricks for it to work on mobile Safari?
what was that?
The mint button on Nomo.wtf, the connect button doesn't do anything for me.
Try the
mobile
browser
Safari.
and whatever wallet you're using if it has a browser.
Yeah, it does.
Right, okay.
It does have issues if you're in like another browser.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. One thing I wanted to add, at Flash's app, Flash is like the Flash, like the Flash in the Storm with an A, Flash's app, at Flash's app.bsky.app is the @ for the photo sharing thing on the @ protocol that's being built like Instagram or Blue Sky. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I actually really need that. I think I'm the only one here who uses Blue Sky actively. But
I'm getting there. I'm finally. I actually, before 2023 ended, right before 2023 ended, I did create my Farcaster and my Blue Sky account. And Farcaster I did use a little bit last year, and Blue Sky not really, but now I did a little bit, at least spent some time and
I use
followed
them
some
both.
people.
Yeah, I use Blue Sky much more than I do Farcaster or Warpcast. But Warpcast is basically where I go for like noun stuff. And then Blue Sky is everything else.
That's okay. So it's already there, already at everything else. That's a big accomplishment.
Well, so the reason that happened is because a bunch of pretty much everybody that I actively associated with left Twitter. And so I basically fully moved over here. Like I literally, I have a bot going right now on my Twitter account that is, Twitter rate limits you. But it is slowly, gradually deleting everything I've ever posted on my Twitter /X account. I already did
That is
it.
horrible.
Huh?
Absolutely horrific. I hate when people do that.
Why?
That's because it's just very, very bad for archival purposes, and it's very, very bad
I
for any sort
downloaded
of
a full backup, so I
understanding.
still have an archive. But
Sure,
the
but
reason
it's
I
not
did this is
sure.
because if they didn't want me to delete the archive, they shouldn't have started training AIs on it. It's that simple.
Okay, okay. I mean, I guess I don't know. I honestly, I don't think that there are that many technical barriers to training an AI on anything, but sure, there are
There
some
aren't.
technical barriers.
But yeah, I just don't want any. I just don't want like Elon specifically to have any of my data.
Yeah, I know,
So
I know.
I'm purging as
The
much of it
thing
as
is
I
just
can.
I really like going through old tweets, and I really like that's one of the huge values of Twitter is like searching and social discovery, and that is just sad whenever there are like breaks and missing links in reply threads and things that could be searchable and
Oh, I
discoverable are no
agree.
longer that. That's just sad, and
Yeah,
yeah.
I agree. But I never blame the individuals for that. I always blame the platform because the individuals wouldn't do it if the platform didn't screw them over. Like it's really easy to
I
avoid.
mean, yeah,
It
it's a
should be
question of
the onus of the
when,
platform to support their users, and when they stop doing that,
of
then
course.
I don't see any reason to continue. Because like I agree, yeah, that having one of the huge value things of Twitter, right, or of X as it's now known, is having that history. So as long as my history is there, I am adding value to Twitter, and when I remove that history, I am removing that value from Twitter, which is the point. Like it's the downside is losing the history, right? Is not having it there anymore.
Yeah.
But if doing that hurts Twitter, then I'm okay with it.
Well, the thing is, I don't think that it really does hurt Twitter. I think like no one
Not
at
in
Twitter
any
will
real
see it or
sense.
notice, but it does hurt a little bit people who would be looking for that. And yeah, but anyhow, I mean, I'm like a pretty, yeah, I really like old tweets, and so I was like, I mean, I've been very frustrated in the past when like big accounts that I really like, especially like for instance, a few years ago, I like kept commenting under a certain tweet from a great account from a great entity, and that entity deleted all their tweets. And so me building, it was just a realization that you should never build on something that someone else has done and has the control of the root essentially. And if I
Mm-hmm.
keep replying under the same tweet of someone else and they delete it, then my replies are all like scattered and not really discoverable from any single point, and that sucks. And yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Blue Sky now has 27 million users. I don't know how many Farcaster has. I mean, at least it's probably more than that on Blue Sky by now. And I think, I mean, maybe, and I mean, how you count that is another question. I don't know if that's active. I don't think that's monthly active users. I think Farcaster was a year, like last spring, 500,000 monthly active.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
I think
I don't know.
Farcaster. It depends on in terms of active. I think it's around a couple 100,000. Maybe like 2, optimistically 3. Last I checked, but it's also like it is a very niche platform because
Do you know
do
what the total, what the number of accounts is? Like how many accounts overall exist on Farcaster?
No, but I have a Dune dashboard for it. Let me find it. 650K. 650K, a little over that.
Oof.
I mean, yeah, but that's
Oh,
to be expected. I mean, it is a very niche ecosystem.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
No,
650,000.
and even more so, the way to tell that it's a niche ecosystem is to look at the biggest accounts, with then 2/3 of the entire user base are following the biggest accounts. Wow. That
Well, I
is.
mean, you're on a show with a bunch of people who have 4-digit FIDs.
That is very admirable.
A bunch of,
And
like,
congratulations.
yeah. We were all like, I think a lot of people in the Nouns ecosystem and in the TNS ecosystem particularly, but also in the, yeah, I don't think it's just us. I think it's the greater Nouns ecosystem.
Yeah, for sure.
Just DM'd DWR in
Yeah.
the first couple weeks, and we were just like, hey, we're interested.
Yeah, which is awesome, and that's also like one of the that's like a nice early adopter, and people like quite a few people who otherwise oftentimes are also like not really participating in trading and stuff did actually get some form of rewardation for for being early adopters, and that's nice to see. And that is, yeah. Have you ever used Noun Space?
No, but it's not from lack of trying. Nounspace just the platform. I've been trying to figure it out for the longest time
Well,
with
they
the
are in the
Nounspace
Discord. The
team, and it just
developers-
hates me.
Yeah.
It just doesn't let me connect. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I think it's because I like it's something to do with like my particular setup where like I just can't get the apps to work, but I don't know. Anyway, we have been here for an hour and 17 minutes. So I do have to rug us because it is a Sunday, it's 11 a.m. and I know people have things to do on a weekend. So I think I'm gonna call it there. But thanks everybody for coming in to Noun O'Clock Live at Zero Rights Reserved. I am going to play us with the only song that we can for the outro. We'll see you on YouTube, we'll see you on Twitter, we'll see you on Warpcast, we'll see you anywhere. Go check out the Zero Rights Reserved podcast. And we'll see you tomorrow.
It's not global warming, it's not access to health, they're boring, corruption at the top, citizens getting shot. Well, all that's going on right now is the perfect time for banning TikTok, baby. We're coming for your TikTok, baby. No, the most important problem's TikTok, baby. We're coming for you, TikTok, baby, for sure. Oh, and I know it's war enough to keep your liberty safe, but we see the stuff you're posting online. TikTok's an open public discourse, and you're dragging our name, and it really hurts. And what's even worse, we don't see a dime. That's why we call it flagrant propaganda. Dancing to songs by Lin-Manuel Miranda. Cucumber recipes, and get ready with me. All thanks to the Chinese, our biggest problem is TikTok. It's not Russian presents. It's not that we all take antidepressants.